Showed up a little late.
Yeah. What was that like for you?
It was fun. First time ever being Santa Claus.
Can we have
just to,
PS 182?
be a part of the Christmas spirit and see these kids.
Oh, you know what? We're going to hold off on PS 182.
Atmosphere and be able to
We're going to go to PS 206.
It's a great thing they do here.
206 is interview.
Glad to be a little small part of it.
206, have a seat.
Did they ask for Ashlyn, or you recruited her?
We're going to wait.
Yeah, there were some good recruiters. I don't know if I was the only one that could talk her into it. So Edgar, our travel secretary, is pretty good at convincing people. So now I know my go-to when I want to convince her to do something.
Having these 3 young guys here with you, and you look at, what they could mean for the future of the team. What do you think about when you look at them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously very talented. We got to see that last year. I mean, just the velo, the kind of off speed, the ability to spin stuff. Kids that are very driven. You can tell they want to do the right thing. They want to be great. And so, I mean, really, they have. All the tools are there. So it's exciting to see. I mean, I think it's there's definitely a lot of bright moments ahead with them, and for me, I think it's just good to be here and just get to hang with them if they want to ask any questions or whatnot. Just to be here with them, but they're definitely going to be some great pitchers.
For Met fans who might not have seen Luke Weaver because they've been watching Met games, Yankee games, what does Luke add to the Met bullpen?
Benny is over there waving his hands.
Luke's great.
You guys are walking over there, and he'll show you exactly where to go.
He's got some character.
Thank you guys
for
coming. We appreciate
he's got a good
everything.
energy to him.
Have a happy holiday.
Luke's obviously had a lot of success, and I think I'm happy to see him get rewarded for it, and obviously happy to play with him again. We get along really well. He's a good friend, and so just to see him make the trip over here and get to be his teammate again is going to be great. So I think like I said, special pitcher. He's been really good, and I think I think me and him, he balances me out a little well, and I balance him out well. So we've kind of meshed pretty good, and so just happy to have him as a Met.
And as someone who's made that transition from the Bronx to here, there's another guy that is out there. What would you tell Cody Bellinger about what the difference is?
Looks like it has a rainbow.
I don't know. I'm sure there's he's probably had a lot of interactions. He's probably had a lot of answers to that questions.
From
But
PS 171, I think they're
it's an exciting time. I think I think what they're
trying
trying to do here is it's
going
to be pretty special. So I think obviously a great place to play. I've enjoyed it, but I'm sure a lot of the players out there, if they have any interest, there's a lot of people that they can reach out to, and I'm sure that's happening.
Did Weaver contact you to pick your brain a little bit before he made his decision, just to ask about the organization?
A little bit, yeah. He was texting me and kind of exchanging some texts, and I think they had some type of they do those little Zoom meetings and stuff scheduled for later in the afternoon, and he ended up texting me saying before that meeting that he'd already. It's like, well, I just decided, kind of verbally agreed to it. It's like, it's cool. I think things kind of went fast for him. There's a lot of things he really liked, and it's just like I said, happy to have a friend here, and just really happy for him that things worked out for him.
So as things stand right now, you guys have like 8 or 9 starters coming into camp. It sounds like there's still could be more on the way. What do you just make in general with the rotation mix right now?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of really good pitchers. I think. The rotation last year, there was definitely some good moments. There were some moments where we probably could have been a little better, done a little more, and I think all the guys know that. It's going to the offseason. It's not like we have to become something we're not, but I think there is a drive there to do some things a little bit better, and I think having the talent that we have and having some competition, it only makes people better. So. Things always shake out how they're supposed to be, and I think a lot of players know that. And really have to control the things you can and find ways to get better and improve on the things we've done last year.
You ready for the next goal?
Take a step forward.
All right,
I
have
think a lot of us in the
206.
rotation, if we can take a step forward, then
206.
it's really going to help the team out.
Having gone through last year, what did you learn about starting and maintaining stamina throughout 6 months?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have ideas what you think it's going to be, but until you kind of really know and kind of really test your work and test preparation, you're really not sure. And so I think it was good. There was maybe a couple moments where, I just felt some of the accumulation of the workload and stuff, but I think the biggest positive for me was I was able to kind of adjust to it and kind of come out on the other side pretty strong. I like the way things finished. And so for me, it's just really being aware of, those innings and where I'm at and things I might need to change. But just the fact that I was able to adjust and kind of handle the full season and kind of bounce back a little bit was a good sign. And I think I'm very excited going into this next year.
You might change?
I think you start to understand yourself and kind of where you're when you're fatigued, when you might need to do a little more, a little less. I think I did a really good job of just monitoring my throwing. Last year, I was pretty rigid on those things. It's kind of where I want my throwing at, kind of going into the start, where it is after the start. I think that sometimes there can be a little bit more fluctuation in the range. And just I think for everybody learning that range, where when can you back down things down a little bit and how much, and when can you do a little more and how much. How does the throwing affect things you might do in the weight room, and just really learn to balance all those things and to assess kind of where they're at. And I think did a lot of information gathering this past year, and hopefully it could help just that process this year. When things can be added and when I need to take things away.
What did the last couple of weeks in life where you're watching, Pete leave, Edwin, Nimmo got traded? Just kind of what goes through your head as you're watching these big stars depart?
Yeah, I mean, it's even for a player. There's, it's a little sad seeing those guys go. They're great players. They've been great Mets, for a long time. Really connected with the fan base, and so it's, just as people, as players, even in the clubhouse, they're great people. So it's always tough to see those guys go, and I hope them the best. At the same time, it's like, those aren't easy decisions, I'm sure. I don't really know all the details behind the scenes, but to make those big decisions, I'm sure there's got to be some type of some growth had, and sometimes it can be a little bit uncomfortable. And I guess you just have to trust kind of the direction they're wanting to go. And I know they wouldn't just be doing those things for no reason, so there's a lot of trust in kind of the plan moving forward and kind of what they have in store. So. At the same time, it's definitely sad to see those great players go. I'm going to miss them, but it's exciting to see what's ahead here.
As far as some of the new guys they've brought in, did any of them resonate with you?
Obviously, Simeon's been a great player in the league for a while, a lot of experience. You hear about just kind of his presence and who he is and his leadership, and obviously a great defensive player. He's had a lot of success in the box. So, great player there. Have some really good, bullpen pieces. Obviously, Devin Williams has been, he's been one of the best relievers in the game over the last 5 years. Luke Weaver, obviously, he's had some really good success here in New York. And so, definitely you can, see they're trying to put something, great together. And it's just sometimes, you got to kind of wait, and it's not about, how fast you can get things done, but it's about, how many games we can, how many games we won in September next year, and put us in the best position to be successful in the postseason. So, excited to see where this goes.
What does it mean
decision to pitch in the WBC, and just what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's super excited for that. It's an opportunity that you never really know if you're going to get again, and for me. Just looking at the whole workload stuff and kind of where I was at in spring training last year, I feel like I was going to do the same workload, kind of this year, the same build-up, and it really put me on track to do not much different this year, even with the WBC. So I felt that it made sense. I felt like I was in a great position physically to do it, and obviously it'd be an honor to play for USA and and try to win the World Baseball Classic with those guys. So for me, it's just an exciting opportunity, and like I said, I feel like it's going to be in line with some of my build-up, and so for me it was easy yes there.
What do you think it could do for a pitcher like Nolan?
Yeah, there's a lot of great players that's going to be in the locker room, and to be as young as he is, to get to be around some of those guys and just to see how guys carry themselves, how they work, just ask him questions. I mean, he's a guy that really soaks up his surroundings. So I think Nolan's be a special experience for him, and he'll really get to be around some great players, some great pitchers that he can learn from. But obviously, he's got some stuff working for him too right now.
Thank you, Clay.
Yeah.